Hi, I'm C.C. Péan, and this is Reclaiming Your Health. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reclaiming Your Health. So excited for today's episode because this is something that we've never done before. But I have not only one guest, I have 4 guests. But the belle of the ball this evening is Shauna Randolph. Hello. Shauna is going to be cooking with me today. I have known Shauna for over 30 years, if you can believe it, because I'm 20.
And I'm 22.
But I've known her for a very long time. I met Shauna through my brother because Shauna used to work with Gail Hamilton, who used to manage Take 6 back in the day. And Shauna has remained a bubbly, lovely personality. And Shauna is also working on changing out her diet. And so we have quite a few conversations about food. And so today she's live and in living color.
And cooking with Cynthia.
Yay! So today, and then we have 2 gentlemen, but we're gonna show you the gentlemen a little later. We have 3 gentlemen, 2 are here now, 1 is coming, but we'll show you them a little later. So today we are making something that is so unique. My oil is popping. So this is delicious. It is healthier than the real McCoy, but it's a little indulgent because it is going to be fried. But today what we are doing is we are going to be making fish tacos. And the key ingredient in our fish taco is going to be fish made from banana blossoms. Now, you all know that I always talk about eating foods. Hi, Caddy or Kathy. I always talk about eating foods as close to their natural state as possible. So these banana blossoms are literally the blossoms from which the banana grows. What's so unique about these things is they're very fibrous and hardy. They're kind of similar to artichoke. And what we're going to do is we are going to marinate these in seasonings that give it a fishy flavor. We're going to dip it in a batter and we're going to fry them. And I promise you, if you take the time to make this, you will love it. It's delicious. And we're going to have a live camera on our gentleman friends so we can see their real-time reaction, okay? So if it's horrible, you will know it and I'll be embarrassed, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so these are banana blossoms. These can be purchased at any Asian market. This was about $2.40 for the can. I picked up several cans. What we're going to do is we are going to open up this can. Where is my can opener? I have everything out here except for my can opener. And I want you to see what these look like. So they're a good size. So I'm gonna just dump these here. So this is what they look like. Oops. This is what your banana blossoms look like. They look very much like an artichoke heart. Okay, so what we do with these is we're going to rinse a little bit of the brine off of them because they've been in a can. We don't want it to have a canned flavor. And we're just going to let these rest here so some of that water runs off. So we're going to put together now our marinade. And in our marinade, we're going to use a few key things that's going to give these banana blossoms an ocean-like flavor.
All right.
Okay. So one of the things we always use either soy sauce or tamari because it has that umami flavor. It has that real rich kind of sea-like flavor to it. We are going, you know what? And while I talk about that, Shauna, why don't you just you're going to pour these things in.
Okay.
So there goes our, that's actually tamari. It's a low sodium tamari.
All of
drop it, just put that right in there.
All right, there it goes.
And we have a
smells
tablespoon of pureed ginger and a tablespoon of pureed garlic. Ooh, there you go.
If you guys can smell this already, that's enough. We can eat it.
We're going to use just a touch of lemon juice, about a tablespoon of lemon juice.
So is this a tablespoon?
That's about a tablespoon.
All right, here we go. Yummy.
And then some key things that we're going to add that's going to give this a real fishy flavor. We have some arame, which is a sea vegetable. Now, you can use these if you really want to go for it. Some people actually don't like things that taste too fishy. They're okay with it being like fried, but they don't want that flavor because it kind of freaks them out.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I actually like it tasting fishy. So we're going to use a little bit of this. We're going to take a pinch of this and drop that in there.
Just a pinch?
Just a pinch.
Oh, it's stringy.
It's stringy.
Oh, that's too much,
Yeah.
right?
There we go.
That's-
Just a pinch.
That's a pinch, people.
And these are Japanese hand-harvested sea vegetables, okay? So that's going to go in there. We are going to use some kelp granules.
Oh my, I gotta get this. Okay.
So
How
it's
much?
naturally salty. We're going to do about two to three good shakes of that.
1,
Mm-hmm.
2,
Yep.
and 3.
Perfect.
Mm.
And then the last thing that we're going to add is dulse flakes. Dulse flakes. Yolanda, all of these things you can find at Whole Foods or online.
Say
So-
that name again?
Dulse, D-U-L-S-E, dulse
Okay.
flakes. And so you're going to do a pinch of those in there as well.
Oh, that smells very cool.
Very, very fishy.
Is that too pinchy?
No, you can actually use even a little more than that.
Okay. Ooh,
Perfect, perfect.
Even more?
Yes, you can do a little more.
Fairy princess.
There you go.
Yay.
And to this, I'm going to add just a little bit of water just to stretch this out just a little bit. And if you could take a spoon and then stir that up.
Guys, this, oh my God. This smells so good already.
Yeah, it adds some
Oh
really
my
great flavor. And, you know, we always talk about how we like to build layers of flavor. And this is what results in a delicious dish in the end. I believe that every component should be able to stand on its own. So if you do nothing but eat this fish, it should be delicious. If you do nothing but eat the garnishes, it should be delicious.
Smell of
Bob,
vision.
you want to taste it?
I better not. Can I put my finger on it? Let's
It's
see.
got more spoons.
Look, I'll do this. Oh my goodness.
That's great, right?
We're done.
Yeah. So one thing that I would suggest that you all do is keep some puree. I go to the Indian store and I bought a jar of ginger puree and garlic puree, and I keep those in my refrigerator because it cuts time out. I don't have to worry about peeling the garlic and mashing the garlic. I can literally take a spoon and go about my business. So Shauna has prepared this yummy marinade for us. And to that, we're just gonna drop these banana flowers in there, banana blossoms in there. Now, optimally, you would do this overnight.
Mm-hmm.
At least for an hour, though.
Okay.
If you can't do it overnight, at least do it for an hour.
You've been getting on me about that. You gotta put it in the refrigerator.
You gotta put it, you gotta
marinate.
take time with it. You gotta take your time with it. You can't rush it. And I think that's part of the reason why some people, when they eat plant-based food, it doesn't taste as good to them.
Right.
You've got to put the same time and care in it that you would if you were making regular fish,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so this is how it's going to start out. So what we would do is we would seal this with plastic and put it in the refrigerator. And then when it's done, this is what it will look like. It's going to take on some of the color of the marinade. And so what happens to this, the flavor is all through that. You can see how it's much darker than the original ones. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in the strainer because I don't want it to be super wet. So I'm going to put it back in the strainer so that there's any extra liquid, it will run off from it.
It looks like meat.
Yeah, it does. It does. You see that? So that flavor is all through there. Actually, Shauna, can you squeeze those a little bit to make sure that we get any extra liquid out?
Oh, yes.
And this is actually a pretty simple recipe. Now, If you want to, you can make your own batter and you can do your flour mixture and all of that. I say go to the people that know how to do it. I love tempura, so I have found some really good tempura mixes and I use those because it's super simple and it's quick. And they're even gluten-free options now. So if you're somebody who, you're gluten-free, they've got mixes for you. I actually have pictures of two mixes right here. This was Ying's batter mix. It's gluten-free. I found this at Sprouts. And then here's just your traditional one. Or you can make your own. You can make your own. But like I said, I like to shortcut things sometimes, so.
I think we're gonna do what you do.
You're gonna do what
I
I
think
do?
that's right.
Okay, well, right now I don't have space to put my can opener in, so don't do that.
Okay.
All right. So we've got those things out the way. And now we're going to work on our tempura batter. So if you would kindly grab me a bottle of water,
Okay.
I would appreciate that. We're going to start moving some things out the way. And one thing I want to let you all know, there is a chance that your banana blossoms will fall apart. And so one of the shortcuts you can do, or one of the things you can do to save it, is you can wrap it in rice paper and then you dip it into your batter and then you fry it. Hopefully we won't have that issue, but that's a way for you to save your banana blossoms. Ours came out of our can pretty well intact,
Yes.
but there is a possibility that you can pick up a can that's kind of lesser quality, and so they'd be falling apart. So remember that. Just keep these ready. Actually, we discovered that it was interesting. We found square and round.
Who knew?
All you would do is just dip this in water, and then you would wrap. I'm actually going to show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do it, even if we don't need it. Okay. So we've got our tempura mix here. Key for tempura, for it to come out nice and crispy, the water must be very cold that goes into to make the batter, and your oil needs to be very hot.
Okay.
Those two things. And then when we're mixing our tempura batter, we don't want to overmix it. There does need to be some lumps in it. That's where those crispy crunchies come in from. Okay, so we're not going to overdo it. I'm going to measure about 1.5 cups.
I love how you tell us the little things, because I think I'm an over mixer.
Oh yeah, well, but you feel like, I would think that you don't want any lumps in a
Exactly.
batter, but with tempura, it's actually the opposite. So I'm just gonna pour this in. And then mix it. Be a little lumpy. And so the picture that we posted earlier, we were going to do fish and chips, but it is Tuesday.
So
What is more apropos on a Tuesday than tacos? So I called an audible at the last minute, and we are fixing tacos. So you see there's a good amount of lumps in this.
Yeah. Oh, I would have been mixing
Oh, yeah.
and have that all smooth and thought I
There's
had
a
the
good
right
amount of
thing.
lumps in there. Well, what we don't want is any big
Okay.
lumps, but we
But little
do
lumps
want
are good.
little lumps.
Wow.
Okay, so Shauna, if you could get started on our tortillas, that would be great because this is going to go really fast. My oil is nice and hot. Let me move these things out the way.
So this one?
Yep.
Which one? All right, there we go.
There we go. Okay, so you see the batter. It's kind of thick. I'm actually hoping that I didn't make a mistake here. I'm going to add just a little bit more, water. Now, something else you can also do to these batters is you can add club soda. The sodium bicarbonate makes it really fluffy and light. That's part of the reason why I like tempura. I like the light batter. I don't like a whole bunch of breading. My husband always complains about that when we go out. If we order something and it has a whole bunch of breading, it's kind of like you really didn't get the dish. You got a whole bunch of bread in. So, all right, this is looking much better.
A little charred, is that okay?
No, that's fine.
Is this perfect?
I like that. I'm a California girl. I like my tacos to have a certain kind of smokiness to them.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to show you, we've got this ready to go, but what I'm going to show you is what to do in case your banana blossom falls apart. So I'm just going to dip this in some water, let it soften up a bit. I don't have space for everything on the front. Let me just put a little bit of heat under that to move it on a little bit.
Well, I got the easy job.
You got the easy job.
You got the hard part.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of flexibility here. And so what we're gonna do, let me see if I can find what it looks like it's falling apart. And actually, I'm gonna cut this in half too. Depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you were doing fish and chips, you might wanna keep this whole, but because we're putting this on the taco and the tortilla shell is a little small, we don't want it really big. So you literally would just wrap it in there, fold it, and wrap it, just like that. Okay? That's how we would do it. But how we're actually going to do them. Let me do one more like that, and then I'll do the rest the traditional way. So I'm just gonna cut these in half. And with this tempura batter as well, you make it right before you use it. That's not something that you wanna have sitting around.
Oh, I guess I would make it kind of hard, right?
Well, there's something about the freshness of the mixture and the lumps and everything that it really lends itself to being freshly done. Now, I'm using tempura batter. You can literally use fish fry if you wanted to on this. You can use whatever works for you. I'm just using the tempura because I like it. Okay, so let me take, my oil is nice and hot.
I sure hope these are the consistency you like.
No, you're fine. Just cover them up with that foil so they don't
That's right.
dry out. Okay, so we're gonna do this other one. Bring in the sides and roll it up. It doesn't have to be done perfectly. You just want to cover it up. Alrighty, so let's get to frying. So I'm just gonna take this, it's gonna go in the batter. Oops.
Wow.
It's gonna go in the batter. Okay, this might fall apart. I think this one probably needs to go. That one probably needs to go in the rice paper. And some others are probably better. Okay. Let's do this one. And we're gonna just drop this in my hot oil.
Sounds good.
And let's do a couple of these and see how these work. If you all are talking to me, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera too much today because I'm trying to get this stuff done.
He's really busy.
All right. So let me come over here. It sounds delicious. Nothing like something frying, right?
Do you smell it, guys?
Okay. And so to this, we did some cabbage. We have some cilantro. I did a really great sauce that has chipotle peppers in it. And of course, Shauna is toasting our tortillas.
I've
And
never done
so
it like this before.
here's one of our blossoms. It's nice and crispy. And then we've got the one that is in the rice paper. You see that? I'll let that brown up a little more. We're going to keep on adding these to our hot oil. Now this absolutely will not work in a air fryer. Do not try it. You need the straight, that one fell apart too. You need the straight hot oil for this.
What kind of oil are you using?
I'm using peanut oil because it's an oil that can go to very high heat. We're frying this at 375. Okay. Okay, so this is the one in the rice paper. If you've ever had shrimp tempura, that's kind of what that looks like.
Delicious.
So I'll ask a question. Would you ever season the banana blossom?
I did season it. I did a marinade. Yeah, so absolutely. I was asked if we seasoned the banana blossom, and what we did at first is we did a marinade because that's how we impart that fishy ocean flavor. Otherwise, it would taste like nothing. I'm hoping the alarm doesn't go off. One of these got cut.
Oh my, look at that. Delicious.
All right. So I'm going to do a few more of these, and then we're going to start to assemble them.
I don't know how many of these I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep going.
How many have you done? Oh, you're fine. That should be plenty. Yeah. Alrighty. So the other reason I like doing this on a deep fryer is because it cooks evenly. It all cooks at one time. There's another one. Okay. So now let's assemble our tacos. I'm just gonna put this lid on. assemble these tacos. Let's flip this board over, get this out the way. So Miss Shauna, if you would be so kind as to bring that over.
All right.
And as I told you all, we initially were going to do fish and chips, so you can obviously you can do that. All you would have to do is just do your French fries or your steak fries on the side. If you want to be very British about it, you'd have some mushy peas with it. But we are going to my home state, California, way down south, and we're going to do some Baja fish tacos. All right, so what we have here is some very thinly shredded cabbage. And then my other favorite thing, which you all know, is cilantro. We've got that. We've got some pickled, we've got this is our chipotle sauce. We made this with veggies, some fresh chipotle, not fresh, some chipotle peppers, and a little bit of lemon juice. And we've got some pickled onions. All of these things are going to come together and they're going to make a glorious taco. So gentlemen, if you will hand me your plates, I'll be happy to do one at a time. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, our nice toasty tortilla. I'm going to use just a touch. I like to put my sauce on the base. So we're going to put the sauce on the base there. Then we're going to grab a piece of our fish. We've got this beautiful shredded cabbage. We've got our cilantro. Oops, that part. We've got our pickled onion, our pickled red onion that's going to go on top. It's delicious and it's lovely. And then we're going to put a wedge of lemon. You always have to have a wedge. Do you want 2 tacos?
Probably.
So let's do another taco while we're here. We're doing 2 of them.
I should have said, how did you ever guess?
Another.
You're staring at it.
Well, here's the thing. It is beautiful. And that's so important. I think that you always need to not only cook for flavor, but for eye as well. Because if somebody is drawn to the plate because of how it looks, they're likely going to enjoy it. Okay. So these are our, and I'm going to switch the camera, but I'm going to ask you to wait until our other guest has his. May I have your plate, please,
Yes,
husband?
ma'am.
And these are our husbands.
These are our husbands. So we're going to do 2. Put this on the base. Would I ever use dry seasonings to season for? You could. You could use, hey, Franz, that's my sister-in-law. You absolutely could. But there's something about a marinade that really gets into it. You want that flavor to get in throughout. And my concern would be that in using a dry flavor, you're not sure that it's really gone all throughout. So that's why I'm a proponent for wet seasonings. And we're gonna we were supposed to have a 3rd guest here. I don't know where he is, but.
He's here.
Oh, he's here?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? Come, 3rd guest. 3rd guest. Where are you, 3rd guest?
When he sees how pretty this is, he wouldn't want to miss out.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
If you could put this there and then hand me another plate.
Absolutely.
And these are men that mean business when they eat. So we've got to get this on camera. All right.
I thought we had enough, but I don't know. We might just...
You
Okay.
know, this smells so good. It's kind of hard to be classy and
Just
wait.
sit there and wait.
It is.
Okay.
It's kind of hard.
Well, you know, I like to say that most things battered and fried taste good, but
Right.
I'm gonna give myself a little more credit than giving it all to the batter and the frying.
Smells heavenly.
Okay. And all right, and now I'm gonna fix for Shauna and I because we're gonna taste this as well. Yeah, we'll just share this plate, Shauna. So we have Andre Campbell, James Randolph, and Bernard Péan. They are going to be trying our banana blossom fish tacos. So let's see what their response is, and I'm gonna work on Shauna's. Shauna and I's. All right.
Look at
Mm.
that.
Plants folk.
Oh, this is really good.
Banana blossom.
Banana blossoms. There's no need to go. Good?
Mm.
Look at his face.
There's no need to go and buy preservative packed, pre-packaged fish. You can go to your local Asian market. You can buy a can of this for about $2.50. Use some things you already have in your kitchen and have an excellent meal. So now, Shauna, if you can look straight on, Shauna and I are going to try it. Just going to squeeze a little.
I've never had
Line
banana
on it.
blossoms before. I can't wait.
When I heard banana, I was expecting something sweet.
Me too.
Yeah, it's cool though, yeah.
Mm. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
These three,
So good.
these three gentlemen, we get a thumbs up from you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Plants.
Cynthia.
Isn't that yum?
Mm.
Yum.
Have some more sauce.
This is so
This
good.
is so sauce.
Thank you.
Banana
Banana
blossom.
blossom tacos for Taco Tuesday.
More sauce.
Our can of blossoms, we marinated it with a little bit of tamari, some sea vegetables, pureed ginger and garlic. Best to do it overnight, but at least an hour. Then you just kind of make sure you squeeze out that extra marinade. We made a very simple, ready-made tempura batter. Put it in there, toss it in some oil till it got nice and crispy. Then we put it on our taco shells. Delicious. Baja
Insane.
fish tacos. Plant
Insane.
powered. Plant powered. So thank you for joining us this week.
Oh my God.
We will see you all next week. Shauna's going to be coming back. I don't know if she'll be back next week, but I'm trying to talk her into doing it at least once a month. So we will see you all then. Bye-bye.